Welcome back to Let's Not Sugarcoat It. Season 3 is here and we're excited to dive into the core of communication, relationships, and leadership.
We're your hosts, Bella and Lee, a husband and wife duo with a successful business helping couples and organizations get it together to play a bigger game and elevate their relationships and performance.
We believe in keeping it real, so each week we'll bring you incredible guests, entrepreneurs sharing their authentic experiences, along with episodes featuring just the two of us tackling the tough topics.
So, if you're ready to enhance your connections and sharpen your leadership skills, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Okay.
Welcome to Let's Not Sugarcoat It.
Season 3 on relationship and communication.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yeah. So, for those who are new to this show, I am Bella and this is my husband Lee.
Hello.
And this season we decided to do a little something different. We had 2 female co-hosts and now we're going to bring in the male perspective because in this world we're interacting with both male and female and everything in between. So I think having 2 voices, 2 perspectives will enhance the questions and the nuggets and everything that you're going to get out of this show.
Yes. Yeah. All about relationships, communication.
So what I wanted to start with is to tell the listeners a little bit about why we are here as a couple. Mm-hmm. Because, a few years ago, we almost weren't here.
Yeah.
We're coming up to 20 years of marriage together, and we almost didn't make it. We had a breakdown in our relationship. And that also translated into a breakdown in like our business and every other aspect of our life because of how we were communicating or not communicating with each other. So
how we thought we were communicating.
Yeah.
Right? We were, jumping ahead a little bit, but we were both living in a world where you put your needs last. Mm-hmm. You're putting in everyone else first. You're putting me first, your mom first, the kids first. Business first, and I was doing the same, mm-hmm. right? Putting everyone else first, and it's that self-sacrificial kind of mindset. You feel like that's the way it's supposed to be, right? But then what ends up happening is then all of a sudden, your spouse says, "Well, hey, you're, never around, right? Because you're working away so much," or whatever other thing. And then all of a sudden that resentment builds and you're just like, well, what do you mean I'm selfish? I'm not mm-hmm. selfish. I don't think of myself. I put everyone else first.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a huge piece among a bunch of others, right? That contributed to, the breakdown mm-hmm. that we had.
Yeah.
Because we weren't listening to each other.
No.
Right. And to what our needs were.
That's right. Yeah. And on the outside, we looked like the power couple, we had our shit together, we had everything, the lifestyle, the children, like everything. But slowly and surely it started to deteriorate our connection.
Yeah.
I felt very lonely and not heard. Mm-hmm. And you felt like you're doing absolutely everything and I'm never happy. That's
right. Yeah, that you didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was furthest from the truth because mm-hmm. we were not actually speaking the things we needed from each other.
Yeah, well, and we never...
We were just assuming.
Yes, all assumptions.
Right?
Like even what our own life goals mm-hmm. were, career goals even. Just because I was on a certain career path and working away, it naturally seemed like that is what I wanted to do. With my life. Mm-hmm. And, although there was parts of the job that, from a leadership perspective, love, but I don't want to be away. Mm-hmm. But we never really got crystal clear on what is it that you want? What is it that I want in our professional lives, in our relationship, and, really get an understanding of where we wanted to be, where our goals are independent of mm-hmm. each other, and then where are they interdependent?
Yeah.
Right? We never did that.
Yeah.
But then we did.
Yes. Yeah, that changes everything. I mean, really, we stopped dreaming at some point. Remember, we used to have like our tub days, our hot tub days. In the winter, we would jump into a bathtub and grab a glass of wine, and then we would dream. Mm-hmm. Somehow we lost that along the way. I don't even know when we stopped doing that.
I don't either.
You know, and and then that took a toll because we stopped dreaming as a family, as a couple, and as individuals.
Yeah.
We were just going through the motions.
We fell into maintenance mode.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that sucked. It sucked.
Yeah.
Like, really, I felt so alone. Mm-hmm. And, you know, every time you would come home, I would make sure that I dropped everything and, you know, spend quality time. And you wanted to serve because you were away, so you wanted to mow the lawn. But I got that organized, and you felt like I was taking that away from you.
Yeah.
While I was thinking, well, you're already away. I don't want you to be doing the chores around the house because that's time away from me again, right?
Yeah, I remember like just things like, you know, don't put the meat on the barbecue.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yes.
Like, don't start the barbecue without me because that's my thing and I love it. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, you know, I don't want him to be outside barbecuing when he's been gone all week.
That's right.
Right? So I just want to get it started because then the faster we get the meat on, the faster we can sit down and eat, and the faster we can spend time together.
Yeah.
But for me, it was, you're not listening to me. You don't care what matters to me.
Yeah.
Right? But I never talked to you about it, right? You never talked to me about your intentions. Yeah. And so in that information vacuum, we get to make all that meaning making up. Yeah. Right? On our own. Mm-hmm. And normally it definitely does not result in a meaning making that serves connection.
That's right.
In the relationship. Mm-hmm. And because we weren't having those conversations, the brain is very much wired to be thinking negative all the time, always looking for threats and how to protect yourself. And so you just start to build resentment that starts to, you know, erode the connection, right? Mm-hmm. You were saying earlier. And then we also fall into the, what are we thinking about? We're thinking about what we don't want. Yeah. Right? A lot. Well, I don't want to be talked to like this, and I don't want to be this, and you know, I don't want this in my life. I don't want to be living like that. I don't want to be living, well, there was a period of time, even in Edmonton, right? I don't want to be living here. And so we attract all of that which we start communicating. So then that's where our focus goes on all the negative.
And in that negative, like in that listening, it was like, I don't want this life, which was an amazing life. And you took it as if like, it's not enough. Yeah. But for me, it wasn't about the life, the things, the material things. It was about time with my husband. Mm-hmm. I didn't want a life where you weren't part of my life. You were here on the weekends. Mm-hmm. So in that messaging, what I wasn't clear about was that I don't want this life without you. Yeah. While you took it as, this life is not good enough because I don't want this life.
Yeah. Well, we're all conditioned, right? Men and women a certain way. Mm-hmm. At a very young age, we don't even know what's happening. Yeah. But a lot of men, I was definitely one of them, very much conditioned to be a provider and a protector. Yeah. And so I didn't know how to be anything else, right? I thought that this is what guys do. I mean, my dad always worked away from home, right? And so I never realized that I was following down that same path of just like, hey, where's the money at? Yeah. That's going to be the way that I can provide and show you how much I care about you and how much I love you and make sure that you have all the things that you want. So this way, it's never like, oh, I want this and it has to be a no, right? It was always to be like, yes, we got it. Yeah. And that was my way of like, also showing love, which was not your way of receiving love. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm.
It was acts of service for sure. However, I thought it was, I just had that realization not too long ago. We had a talk about that. It's because I always thought it was acts of service because that's how I was shown love by my parents. We never said, I love you. We didn't have like hug, like affection, like none of that. But it was acts of service. So my parents would always do things for me to show that they love me. And that's how I knew they loved me. So when we met, I was like, yeah, it's acts of service. You need to, do something. Like when you mow the lawn, you show me that you love me. And then you would try to show me love by coming home and mowing the lawn. And I would be like, no, but I want time with you. Yeah. Right? So when we sat down, it's like, holy man, like literally my way of receiving is quality time together.
Mm-hmm. And you realize that actually you are way more of an affectionate person than what you kind of were, again, kind of conditioned to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I didn't know how. Mm-hmm. Right? And your love language was physical touch. Mm-hmm. And because I wasn't there at all. And still, well, and affirmations, right? And I wasn't there, like in my Polish family. I feel like most Eastern Europeans, we don't show affection by being lovey-dovey. It was always like, don't kiss in public. No, like never. Like I barely saw my parents kiss. And when they did it, they felt awkward. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Even to this day, hugging my mom, she even says, I don't know, like it's inside me. I just don't know how to say it, or she doesn't know how to show it. She shows it by cleaning the house and doing her laundry and picking up the kids. That's her way of showing love. Yeah,
all those acts of service.
Acts of service. It's just not how I received love.
No. So, what huge part of what we've learned is one of the beginning of the path to overcoming a lot of this. But I think also a key path on even preventing these breakdowns from happening is getting to know yourself first.
Yes.
Because you can't figure out what it is you need from others and what you need from yourself until you work on that relationship that you have with yourself first and really start exploring, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I really? Not who the world's told me I am, not who my parents have told me I am, not who my friends in school and my job.
Society overall, right? It is. It's like, it was. It's like we put each other first and we never looked at what it is that we truly needed for ourselves.
That's right.
To know ourselves.
Because we're so conditioned that to put our own needs first is selfish.
Yeah. 100%. And if it wasn't for this breakdown, I don't know where we would actually be. Because it really forced us to move into a space of self-discovery and coming home to ourselves and realizing where our blind spots are acknowledging our shadow parts, the shitty parts about ourselves, and then the amazing parts, what we're willing to sacrifice and where our boundaries are.
That's right.
Right? And we've never had those conversations because you just float through life. You get married and it's like, okay, and then the kids, like, it's never, like, I don't even know how we got here, to be honest, and survive.
Yeah. I'm so happy that we're out of that survival mode and we're in a thriving state now. But the breakdown pushed us into a very uncomfortable space. And I think it's Malcolm Gladwell says, right, you need to step outside your comfort zone, right, to grow. That's where growth lives.
Yeah.
And so you have to get uncomfortable. I don't think you have to go to that level of discomfort.
That's right.
But that's where we ended up.
Yes.
And and so
it shook us.
Yes.
It shook our family.
Yep.
But it also brought us closer.
Yeah. Well, and it started with, for me, getting to that point where through all the blame that I was externalizing, right, including to you, and then all of a sudden, when there was no one left to blame, I still felt all the things that I felt, right? I still didn't feel like better. Like I thought I was going to be better when we were, and that's not what happened. So then it was like, okay, I need to look in the mirror, and I have to look at myself.
Yeah.
And And that's how you got to start with yourself and learn about who you are.
Vulnerability is uncomfortable. Doing the work is so uncomfortable. I know I had to sit through a lot of pain and hurt, and look and see, like, I need to acknowledge, I need to feel these parts, or I will not be whole, because we are all of it. We can't just pick and choose.
That's right.
We are all of it. And until you acknowledge that, there will be no growth. There's no room for expansion, because you're not moving through everything. You're holding and constricting things that are supposed to be released.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great, I think, observation, because it's not, I think a lot of the times when we think about discomfort, we think about just like situations, right? Like, again, like discomfort is coming from the external, but there's an internal discomfort. I mean, you could probably all summarize it as it's all internal, right? But you can't just focus on the good feelings. You gotta work through the uncomfortable stuff. I think that's a huge reason why people tend to perpetuate the same breakdowns, because when they happen, they get into a panic to try and find the fastest way out. Right? And, you know, sometimes, well, always the fastest way out is some form of distraction. Right? Healthy or unhealthy. But it takes a lot of work and courage to put time aside and just sit in that really uncomfortable mess. And not put a timeline on it, not put a timer, and just go through that process, right? And reflect. And sometimes it's not even reflecting, it's just, why am I feeling this way? What is it about myself? What is it about who I have believed myself to be? Not the great parts that I like to tell everybody, but the really crappy parts that I try to like keep under the rug, right?
Yeah. So it still continues. Like, the work never stops.
No, that's right.
The work never stops, but growth continues. When you stop doing the work, you stop growing.
1000%.
And I just want to, you know, put into perspective that growth and work doesn't always have to be painful. You don't always have to go into the dark spots.
Correct.
You also need to work on manifesting and speaking into the existence the things that you want. Because changing that, like, that was my biggest shift, right? Was not being able, like, switching my language. That was my work. Right? I don't want to be here. I don't want this life. I don't want. Well, maybe if I was clear about what I did want, the universe and us, we would work together. And that's what made us this past year and a half ago, put together a mission vision. For us as a family, us in business, and us individually.
That's right.
Because when you get clear on the things that you want,
that's right.
Oh man, things just
start moving
and shifting. The conversations you're having, the people that are coming in and leaving your life, the opportunities, and then because you're so clear, then you choose what to say yes and what to say no to.
Which is also huge, right? Because sometimes we can fall into a place where we feel like we have to say yes, right, to each other and other people, because we don't want to upset, we don't want to disappoint. But then we end up taking on so much that we don't fulfill, right, those things that we said we were going to, which then ends up causing the disappointment that we didn't want to cause in the first place. And then without that communication, if you just shift to no, well, why is it a no? Do you not care about me? Do you not love what I want? You don't share what I want? All those things. But when you're really clear with each other, right, on what I want, what you want, what we want, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't think this is right right now for me or for you, because it's not aligned with our vision, right? And then it becomes such easier conversation, because then it's like, oh, it's not aligned. You're right. This is a no, or this is a not right now. Or it can be, okay, but you know what? Things have changed. We created this map 6 months ago, and a lot changes in 6 months. And so now it's time to revisit that plan and be like, well,
something came up
let's
that actually
pivot.
is more aligned. It's listening to your intuition and not being so stuck on the outcome, because you can set yourself a goal, a vision, and as you're taking those steps, as those doors open, as opportunities show up, you have that choice to pivot and say, wow, this is actually where I was supposed to be through the steps I took, but now we need to pivot and go this direction because that's where our energy is flowing. Does it feel aligned? Does it feel right? This outcome was not there for us to reach. It was to get us the steps to pivot to whatever else came along.
Yeah. I got this picture up on the wall here, and it's an analogy that, or it's a metaphor that I use all the time. And the picture is just a very grand hallway, pillars and a door at the end. And it's exactly that. Is all you see is that one door, and you got to start moving in that direction. That's your vision. That's the clarity of the goal that we set at the beginning of the year. But then as you're walking down towards that door, you start to realize that between all those pillars, you didn't see it before, but then you start to see, oh, there's a door there.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a door over here. And maybe as you go down and you start to see those other doors, you go, oh, you know what? No, I'm not interested in that. No, oh, that one's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that opportunity existed.
Because you don't know what you don't know until you take the steps.
That's right.
That's the key, is you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people get stuck. Oh, I want to do this in 5 years. I'm going to do this. And they never take the steps because they give themselves timelines that are out of reach. And they never take the steps because they have time.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you have that vision mission and you start taking those steps, not being attached to the outcome is key to growing your business, success in relationships, and in life.
Yeah. And when we are able to shift our communication with each other from a win-lose or lose-win, right? Because sometimes that's what it feels like. It's like, oh, well, in order for you to get what you want in life, right, I have to give up what I want.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of a sudden, again, that that resentment and everything happens. But then also at some point, even if it's like, I love this person, and so I'm willing to give up my wants and needs, that will only get you so far.
That's right.
It's not sustainable because it taps your well, right? And you need to be filling up your own bucket too. And then, so these conversations, this clarity gets us on conversations that are win-win.
Yeah.
Right?
Playing on the same team, on the same court.
That's right.
Not playing against each other.
Yeah.
And that's in business, and like whether you're running teams or whether you're running your team at home.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if I'm winning, you're winning. If you're losing, I'm losing.
Yeah.
And when we come with that mentality,
yeah,
we shift our communication, our tactics, and whatever we need to get done because we're in this win-win mindset.
Yeah.
It's not me against you, like you said, right? It is us together.
Yeah. And changing the perspective from, if I have an idea on how to do something or what to do, right, a direction to take, and you have input on that. Let's say it's like, well, I see maybe an issue with that.
Yeah.
Instead of that all of a sudden being you just don't like my idea, or you think that I'm not, smart enough, or whatever it is, it's holding a new perspective where it's like, well, no, wait a minute, you're a pretty smart cookie, right?
Well, thank you, mister.
And so what are the chances that because you are a separate human being with separate experiences and also very intelligent, it's like, well, maybe you see something that I don't, and because we're on the same team and we've had these conversations on where we want to go, then it's like, okay, well, let's listen to that input because, maybe I did miss something. Yeah. Right?
It's like in leadership, when you're in a leadership role and you know everything as the best and, you're the leader, right? That mentality, but you have a whole team.
That's right.
And you're not taking any of their inputs, then why run a team? If you know it all, then like, right?
It's almost like building a team just so you can feel smart every day.
Yeah.
Right? But as we know the saying, it's if you find yourself in a room and you're the smartest person in that room, you need to change rooms. Right? Absolutely.
Right? Because we always need to be learning. We always need to be evolving. And there's always someone who's going to be smarter, faster, greater, whatever. And if we're not open to those opportunities, because we hold on. Sometimes, people stunt their growth and growth in business because they're holding on so desperately to what they have. They don't see where they're lacking and where they're stunting their growth. And so it's having that mindset. It's having a coach. Like we have coaches, we have therapists. We surround ourselves with people who know more than us to get us to the next level of where we want to go.
Yeah. Well, because there's so much at play in our bloody brain that we are so unaware of that we need those people, right? To be able to coach us and point out those blind spots. I mean, when you're talking about people who just almost sabotage themselves or just stop growth, it's that's an actual psychological effect, right? I may get the term wrong, but I think it's Dunning-Kruger effect, where usually when you're learning something new, the learning curve becomes pretty fast. You become fairly competent in a short period of time, but you don't hit mastery.
Yeah.
Right? And so you get to the top of the small mountain, and then you realize that to get to mastery, you actually need to start sucking again.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible feeling because you just went through this spike of just
I'm
winning,
great,
I'm great,
I'm
right?
the boss, I'm this,
And now all of a sudden,
I got the student.
Yeah, I got to become a student again. Oh, I don't want to do that, but that's the path to mastery.
That's right.
Yeah, but all too many people get
caught up in that. You know, I'm the best, I'm here, and they don't expand, they don't grow, they don't listen. They hold on. So that's kind of what we do too with the people we work with.
Yes.
In leadership, corporations and individuals. Is really help them to see where they're stuck and why they're stuck.
It's like being a fish in water, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't fish doesn't know that it's in water until you pull the fish out.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's the same thing in any type of culture.
Yeah.
Right? In whether it's family culture, business culture, when you start getting up against the wall with a perpetuating problem, it's usually because what's worked for you, your strengths, the ways that you know how to win are now no longer working.
That's right.
But you don't see it for yourself. You don't see how those are now becoming a liability. And when you bring someone out from a third party who has the ways to be able to apply certain tools and methodologies and ask the right questions to kind of pull that information out, then you can start to shift things, right? And help bring that awareness to out of the water.
That's right. Yeah. And it's so important to always have tools in your belt.
Yes.
So you can pull them out, but we don't know. It's like you said, education, learning curve. And once you get to that one top level, that's one tool you put in your belt. Now you have to work for the other because one tool ain't going to fix all the problems.
No, that's right.
You need multiple.
Yeah.
So when you come in that growth mindset and are willing to take on challenges and get uncomfortable with not knowing or exploring things that, might feel a bit ick.
Yeah.
That's another tool in your tool belt.
Yeah.
To get you through another situation much faster, much quicker, and your resilience and you can get through it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a healthy, positive way.
That's right. Yeah. Which is really the whole kind of basis foundation for this season.
Yeah.
Right? Where not only is it a part of, okay, we've gone through a lot.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot, and we know that we can share some of the stuff that we've been through and learn and are continuing to go through and learn with others, right? To help them, whether you're going through something now or you're, might in the future, this could help prevent. Because we've realized constant aha, mind-blowing moments. Some of it's palm in the forehead moments. So how did I not know this before?
And usually it's those simple things, right?
Yes.
Where you have those, it's like, holy man, if I only had someone shift my perspective. It takes one word sometime to give you that light bulb. Oh my gosh, never saw that way. I will take this. You're right. Let's move on.
Yep.
Peace.
And then also, we know that there are tons of people out there that have gone through their own challenges, right? With communication in relationships, right? Couplepreneurs, people that are in key leadership roles and also trying to figure out why they can be so successful in a career, in a job, in a business, right? Scaling, startups, all of it, yet somehow at home, you can't make it work, right? And we know that there's those other little gems that they have that will be able to unlock the
secrets of how we work together. So on that note, I have to also tell you, I'm not just smart, I'm clever.
Yes, clever.
I'm clever.
Yes, you are.
It's a kind of an inside joke. Which we may tell you or may not, I don't know. So it's inside. We are looking forward to having lots of guests, a lot of couples, entrepreneurs coming and sharing their stories of resilience, of communication failures, successes, their leadership style, and what makes them work.
Yes.
Because if you're not working at home, something is giving. You can have it all.
Yeah.
You know that saying, you can't have it all? Yes, you can.
Listen, if you learn how to lead at home when you're the other person in that home is that person who knows all your triggers, all the ways to get you fired up, right? And you're able to effectively lead in that environment in a very, respectful, win-win situation. You can lead anywhere.
That's right.
Right? And you can lead anybody. And so I do want to add, we've talked about a lot of things. I think there's little pieces of nuggets that people can pull out. But we spent a lot of time talking about kind of the clarity, mission, vision.
Yeah.
And so I just want to go back. So if anybody's wondering how to do that, our approach to it was we built our vision for our lives separately.
Yeah.
Right? So you wrote down a bunch of stuff, right? Took the time to reflect. This wasn't like a 1 hour exercise.
No,
we took like a week or so.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes when you're going, right, you write things down and then, you're done. But then a couple days later, some other things pop up. So you add.
Yeah.
And it was all about what you want independently, what I want independently, what we want interdependently for each other. Everything from, finances to travel to where we want to live, how we want to live.
Yeah.
Right? And then we sat down and we shared that with each other.
Yeah.
Right? To look for where are things common, right? With what you want and what I want, right? What are the common things we want for each other? And what that does is allows us to not only find alignment, right? But then also get agreement on where we can support each other, right? Because there are going to be things that you're up to that really doesn't have anything to do with me directly, right? And vice versa.
But you want to support me as I want to support you because we are individuals running parallel and then interdependently, not dependently.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm learning. And then just to touch on that, it was the hardest for us. I feel it took a week to do the individual because we weren't conditioned, we weren't trained to just look at our own without any consideration for the other person.
1,000%.
Right? Because the vision was supposed to be just for like me and just for you.
Yeah.
Without the consideration of what would that do to my husband? Career, the children,
then you start to feel guilty.
Then you feel right. So that's a process. That's what you we worked and moved through some things because that's when you tune into yourself and what your dreams and aspirations are as a human being, an individual human being. And then when you share them, how can we support each other in getting those dreams and aspirations out.
Yeah. And maybe for some people, this isn't much of a challenge, but I think especially when you've fallen out of practice with dreaming,
yes,
the idea of trying to create big, hairy, audacious goals, right? Like not the ones that are like, this is a stretch. No, this is like almost feels impossible, right? But this would be a freaking big deal if I did it, and it should make you feel uncomfortable, like really uncomfortable. I had some of those. I was just like, I want to be on, stages with, tens of thousands of people. And, I want to be, I want our academy to be like world renowned. And there's parts of that are like a little uncomfortable to try and, imagine that is something you can create and build and achieve.
And that's the imposter syndrome.
That's right.
And that's where you need to look at, why do you feel that way? Why do you, because if you don't believe it, you ain't going to achieve it.
That's right.
Let's just say it like that, right?
That's not
because you're limited to what you believe you're capable of.
Yeah.
So you can say, I want $1 million, 5 million, this, that, whatever. But if you truly don't believe that you can achieve it, you never will.
No, because then it's like having your both feet, like one foot on the gas, but the other foot on the brake, right? So you're trying really, really hard to achieve those things.
Yeah.
But subconsciously, your mind won't let you ever achieve it because it needs to prove that you don't believe it.
That's right.
Right? So it's got the foot on the brake.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the importance of when you feel that discomfort in your dreaming and what you want to accomplish, and you start to feel that resistance, you do need to not skip over it or just be like, I don't want to do that because it makes me feel really uncomfortable. You got to sit with it to be like, okay, why do I feel this way about trying to, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And then figure that out, because otherwise that belief that will always have a hold of you. And the part of doing the work, as we talk about, is flipping the script so that you have a hold of those beliefs, right? And then you're actually in the driver's seat.
Yeah. And, most of the time, that uncomfortable feeling is because the ego wants to be there for, like, the ego is a biatch.
Yeah.
And in order to grow, you need to shed the old version of yourself and your limiting beliefs. And because it's an uncomfortable place to be in, we do tend to protect.
Well, yeah, because it's, our ego is, it's that whole sense of identity.
Yeah.
Right. And,
it's like, who am I?
Right. And so it's, your identity is your sense of self in the world. It's how you feel you contribute and be contributed to. It's how you fit in. And if there's parts of you that are no longer serving you and you have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not these things anymore, then who am I?
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel uncomfortable when you say it, but when you're actually going through that process, it's a fear-based thing, right?
Yeah.
Because now there's a whole bunch of uncertainty and unpredictability.
Yeah.
Where while maybe this new person that I'm trying to become ends up not as good as where I've been.
Yeah.
Which is typically not the case.
Yeah.
Right? But that's always the fear. That's always the ego,
That's what we think is, the truth, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm comfortable here.
Yeah.
So why change? I'm comfortable. I don't need, and then you start sabotaging your dreams. I don't actually need that. That's for those people. And then you start in that mindset of, instead of learning from them, blaming them for their success.
Oh, yeah.
The beauty of, sitting down and figuring out who you truly are. Like when you sit with that question, who am I? Admitting to yourself all the lies you've been telling yourself about the person that you supposedly are sucks. But when you get real, you're like, shit, this is me, all of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not here or where I want to be because I'm sabotaging, I'm limiting myself. And I can be whoever damn I want to be. And that's the beauty. It's within us to shed everything and start over. Because you declare who you are. You declare where you want to go. The power is within you. We always look on the outside for someone to fix us, the experts at this, tell me what to do. No, you already know what to do. When you sit and you look at yourself, you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
The habits that you need to drop, the things you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, you already know.
Yeah.
You're just not doing them. And that's why you're not where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. It's like being lost at sea on a boat, right? So you're trying to figure out how to get to where you're going in life. Mm-hmm. And we're so focused on, okay, I need all the tools. I need the map.
Yeah.
I need the compass. I need the telescope.
Yeah.
Right? I need all the tools that are going to get me to where I want to go. And you do need those things.
Yeah.
But they're fairly useless if you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you don't know what direction to take.
Yeah.
And so finding out where you are, even if where you are is a long ways away from where you want to be, and it means that you got to do a lot of hard work, and you got to go to places, right, that you don't want to go to, right, because you got to, face certain beliefs, maybe certain traumas, whatever it is. It's easier to just pretend, like you said, and kind of tell ourselves lives that I'm good enough, right?
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine. That's famous. Yeah. I'm fine. Yeah. Are you good? Yeah, I'm fine. But are you really? Like, truly, if you sit and look and shed and, realize this is where I'm at, it's not usually where, you want to be.
No.
Right? That's why we have dreams. You have vision boards and stuff like that. But the vision board, you can't take the steps to where you need to go. If, like you said, you don't know where you are.
That's right. And quickly go back to the point about maintaining positivity, right? Not naivety, right? But being positive, where even if you've got a long ways to go, like being positive about the fact that it's okay, I'm aware of these things now that suck, right? That I need to change. And as you start making progress, the path to a result, to a goal, is filled with hundreds, if not thousands, of accomplishments along the way, right? All those little wins. And so I was not very good in the past of acknowledging the little wins, right? The accomplishments along the way.
Because we look at why we're not good enough.
That's right. Yeah.
And then,
collect all that evidence.
What evidence are you collecting? It's like going online and clicking on a topic with your bias. So if it's a negative bias, you're going to find all the, things on
why it can't happen, why it's wrong.
And then, but if you switch the script and look for the things why they can happen, you will find all the evidence out there for why this will work. So it's that, mindset is again shifting and going, okay, thank you, Linda, in my head. But today I'm choosing to take, let's say, the failures, because a lot of people feel fear of failure. Take that failure and turn it. It's not a failure, it's a lesson.
What did I learn?
What did I learn?
What can I do different?
Yes. And which path then you go, because this is not working, and those are the things that you would need to succeed. Without the failure, there's no success.
That's right.
Because people, inventions,
it's an experiment.
It's an experiment. How many times do people need to fail to get it right? In anything. Nobody ever gets it right the first time.
Rarely. Right? I mean, you're like, what we see is like, even when it's like, oh, there's the unicorn, right? Companies. They got it right the first time and became billionaires.
But then there's lessons along it.
But you don't see all the little trial and errors along the way.
Along the ways. It's like science. Sometimes, you're doing tests for one thing and then you're like, holy shit, this pill or this whatever actually is working for this. So we pivot. right? And it's, again, and going, so I'm tying that back to that vision and mission. Yes, you have your vision, your mission, and you start taking the steps. But hey, the science says this is actually good for this.
Yeah.
So let's go this way.
Yeah.
Because going forward is not going to take us where we need to go.
That's right. Yeah. Opportunities are endless when you live in a world of possibility.
That's right.
Right? And that's where you take a look at your vision, your goals. Either you can change the goals because things are changing. You're finding out that, the business that I wanted to build, the service that I wanted to provide is actually catering to a different clientele that seems to be more attracted to my services than what I really wanted initially.
Yeah.
So now you're left with this, I can pivot that plan and go there. Or if I'm really like, no, that's not what I want, then you got to change, right? And make some tweaks to your services as an example.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend a couple of days ago, and she said, Bella, I've been, hustling for so long, and I was trying to take the business somewhere else, but where my heart and energy needs to go is this direction. So she's like, I'm just going to refocus because this is where I need to be. Because when you follow that intuition, follow that light, I'm going to say, things come much easier.
Yes.
Because you show up a different way.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because your energy, right? And what you want, there's an alignment there.
Yeah, you're operating at a higher frequency, vibration. And because you're in that frequency, high frequency, people feel that. Yeah. That, me, I'm all about energy. You know that when you walk into a room and you notice a person and suddenly you get that weird, awkward, oh my gosh, do not approach kind of vibe? It's because they're in a lower frequency.
Yeah.
It's not because you know something or they looked at you funny. It's because they are possibly going through something or whatever. They're operating at a frequency that's not matching yours.
That's right.
So you steer clear of that energy.
Yeah.
So when you're doing things that are not aligned with you, your vibrations go down, your frequency is lower, and you do not attract the people. People are like, oh, why am I not attracting my clients? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's because you're not attracting them because you're not believing that this is where your space is, what you are meant to do. But because we're conditioned, and sometimes we put in so much time into something, you don't want to let it go.
Well, and because as more time goes on, right?
Yeah.
And you're so invested into something that also becomes a huge part of who you believe you are.
Yes.
So then to give that thing up, right? Because it's so ingrained and attached to your identity. Well, again, oh man, I can't do anything else, right? Or the act of doing it's going to be too hard, too uncomfortable, and so I'd rather just suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Right? And which is not a healthy place to be and drives people into those lower frequencies.
Yeah.
And we end up in those situations because we fail at having the communication needed much earlier on in our external relationships, but also in those relationships with ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? Again, going back to getting really true on, who am I and who do I want to be and what's it going to take, right? Not just, let's do all the good habits, but get real on all those bad habits that it's like, I need to do something about this. This belief, I need to change that.
Yeah.
And that's hard work, right? Going back to collecting evidence when you're so used to collecting evidence that supports why you're not smart or you're not good enough or you're not lovable, right? Or any of those things. Yeah, you're not clever enough. Then to shift that mindset into like a true growth mindset where now you're intentionally collecting good things that happen, even if that good thing is only like 1% better, right, than before, it's hard because the brain doesn't want to do it, right? It's not normal. But with enough practice over time,
it becomes the normal.
It becomes normal, right? And when you've really got that, again, clarity within vision and mission and the goals with your teammate, then it becomes even easier because a hard part of going through the process of finding out who you who you are really is not just keeping it to yourself. When you find that out, it is sharing it, right? I was getting goosebumps right now talking about because of the impact that it's had, right? To say, this is what I'm learning about myself, you know, to you, right? And you sharing that as well. And there's that fear of like, I'm going to share some of like, I found this out about the way that I believe about myself, and it's, you know, it's embarrassing, it's shameful. And then when you create a safe, vulnerable space where I still feel loved, right? That's where that connection happens. You don't build connection first and then vulnerability comes afterwards. It's having the courage to be vulnerable first, right? And then you can support each other in the way where if I see through your body language sometimes or whatever that you are in a certain mindset, but because you've shared things with me, I can be that person to support you and be like, hey, snap out of it, right? And let's, you know, work through this, right? And I can come in there right away and be like, what do you need from me? Right? To help us get through this. Because it's also important, right? You can visit Pity City, but you can't stay there.
That's right.
Sometimes you still need to acknowledge your feelings. You can't just be, hey, let's snap out of it and not spend time there.
But if we're still spending too much time there,
that's right.
100%. And, you know, we've learned that balance is, you know, sharing or getting me out of a certain state. Same with you, right? Like we give each other the support when support is needed to process those feelings and whatever you're going through, because that is important. So we're not holding on to it in our bodies, which then manifests in, you know, ulcers and stomach pains and rashes and whatnot. But we're moving through it, feeling held and supported, and then moving forward with the tools that we collected. But when you know, there will be times where you're going to be like, I'm back there. That's when we can come in. It's like, okay, we've been there. We got it. We got this. Let's get out.
It's holding each other accountable. Right? But not in a way where there's like a bunch of resistance and tension. Because again, we gone through a lot of these steps to get alignment and to prove to ourselves that we are in a win-win, right? And we do want the same things, right? And we are on the same team. And then that just becomes so much easier than when it does come to holding each other accountable in those types of scenarios. It's not like, oh, you're trying to make me look bad. It's like, no, actually you're doing this for the best part for me, right? And then it's, again, whole new perspective.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
You're so cute. This is so awesome. Like, even when we're looking into each other's eyes, like that connection, that vulnerability, that emotion, I feel it, right? And I do want to acknowledge you for all the work that you've been doing and that we've been doing together. And I think that's another conversation on, you know, attachment styles. But I want to, you know, acknowledge you for the man that you've become and are becoming.
Thank you.
Because the man I knew is no longer here. New version, Pico 2.0. I like this version much better.
It's my own new season.
It's your own new season.
Thank you. And I have to acknowledge you as well, because a relationship is two parts. And it doesn't matter how much work I've done. We wouldn't be here if it was just about me. And so you've had to move through a lot and work through a lot. And you are a very strong, very courageous, very brave woman. You've got a lot of strength in you. And if not for that strength, we wouldn't be here. So.
Okay. On that note, I love you.
Love you too.
Till next time. Bye.
Till next time. Bye.
Aww.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights to elevate your life and business.
If you found value in our conversation, spread the love, share this episode with family and friends, and let's grow this supportive community together.
And don't forget to like and follow us so we can reach more amazing people just like you.
Until next time, remember, let's not sugarcoat it. Keep it real, raw, and unfiltered.